The world is falling apart. We are at the turning point of history.
Our civilization may not survive.
We're going through an incredible transition.
Davos never has been as important as it is now. The future is built by us, by a powerful community, you here in this room.
The Great Reset
provided an opportunity for a reset.
These challenges are hard for all of us.
Do it for the planet. Build back better. We direct tens of trillions of dollars towards sustainable investment by 2030. And reset ourselves on a more sustainable.
You will own nothing and you will be happy.
There are about 15 million crickets in this room.
We're all living inside.
Crickets actually contain more protein than beef without any of the environmental damage.
Starting 2035, new cars in Europe must be emissions-free.
After weeks of debate, MEPs voted in favour of a ban on sales of petrol, diesel and hybrid cars from 2035.
Lääne sõltuvus Venemaa fossiilkütustest, mis omakorda toidab nende sõjamasinat Ukrainas, paneb rääkima üha rohkem rohepöördest. Selleks läheb aga vaja hulgaliselt haruldasi metalle, nagu näiteks koobalt, mida kasutatakse kõikvõimalikes akkudes, alates autodest ja lõpetades mobiiltelefonidega, ja mille päritolu on samuti pehmelt öelda problemaatiline. 70% maailma koobaltist tuleb praegu Kongo demokraatlikust vabariigist, kus selle kaevandamist palistavad lapstööjõud, korruptsioon ja isegi surmad. Peamiselt tänu elektriautode buumile neljakordistub maailma koobalti nõudlus aastaks 2030. 70% sellest maavarast tuleb Kongost, millest omakorda ligi kolmandik käsitöö kaevuritelt, nagu Natalie ja tema pojad.
Cobalt, and it's fast becoming more precious than gold. An army of children are at the heart of the mining production. It's crawling with children, working like modern-day slaves. Natalie's 12 years old. My fingers hurt, she tells us.
Lithium is essential in the batteries of electric vehicles and that means demand has skyrocketed and is forecast to reach 2.3 million in 2030, mostly driven by the EV market.
They're farming lithium, each of them nearly 500 football fields long.
The sheer magnitude of the waste and scrap problem and the magnitude of batteries that need to get recycled is, I think, shocking to most people.
This waste is just the start of what's to come.
Expect to see them increasing exponentially over the next 5, 10, 15 years.
And that could pose big problems.
Batteries contain toxic, hazardous and flammable materials.
And in order to produce significant amounts of electricity, you just have to cover a very large landmass with them.
Accelerating the clean energy transition, so massive investment in renewable energy. We now want to define go-to areas and make sure that there the permitting process is down to 1 year.
In order to handle the huge variability of solar and wind on the grid, they would need to burn more natural gas. in places that are using a lot of nuclear, going towards solar and wind and other renewables would actually increase carbon emissions. Gas companies understand this pretty well, which is why we've seen them invest millions of dollars in recent years in promoting solar and wind.
Half the mass of a turbine blade is made up of resin, which is also what makes it so hard to deconstruct.
Turbine blades have been piling up in landfills in recent years. Global waste from turbine blades will exceed 47 million tons by 2050.
So we're going to cut it down. It's going to come down just like a tree would.
There is no plan to deal with solar panels at the end of their 20 or 25-year life.
They don't last forever. 1.5 million tonnes of solar panel waste by 2050.
Solar panels are just going to be shipped to poor countries in Africa or Asia with the rest of our electronic waste stream to be disassembled, often exposing people to really high levels of toxic elements. Their toxicity never declines over time. What's happened in California? We've seen our electricity prices go up 5 times more than the rest of the country. See, the same phenomenon happened in Germany, which is really the world's leader in solar, wind, and other renewable technologies. In Europe, we saw the Netherlands, they're going to start to increase their reliance on nuclear power in recognition that there's just no way they could generate significant amounts of energy enough from solar and wind to meet their climate targets. Climate change, such a big environmental issue, would gravitate towards really romantic solutions like harmonizing human civilization with the natural world using renewable energies. As the facts have come in, that many of us have started to question our prior beliefs and change our minds. Now that we know that renewables can't save the planet, are we going to keep letting them destroy it? Thank you very much.